Hello, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Maggie Hanari, and guess what? Today you're gonna have to grab yourself a cup of coffee or a glass of wine because why? I've got some goodies lined up for you. So I'm gonna begin this video by a quote by Ryan Adams, and it says that note to self, don't change for anyone. So that brings us to what we're going to be talking about today, and that is being you and unapologetically. Oh, sorry, being you unapologetically. And in my first video, I think the intro to my YouTube channel, I talked about being in that phase in life where I don't feel life anymore. I felt stuck, I felt without purpose. And then there is this lady that I used to work for when I was in college, and we used to share a lot. So I told her that, and then she gave me some useful tips which I promised to give you. She's in her 30s, so I believe that the tips she gave me will be so useful for us in our 20s, just trying to navigate through life and just trying to make it through the day. So one of the tips, the first tip that she gave me is just being unapologetically you. One thing I know for sure is that people know who they are, what they like, what they dislike, what they stand for, and what they don't. And to some people, this may appear as being rude, being stubborn. Some may name it as being overly confident, but just being you unapologetically just simply means that you know your boundaries, you know what you allow in space, and you're not obligated to stay with people or in situations that tend to make you and not bring out who you are. And the best way to live this life or have freedom is just being vulnerable. Being vulnerable means being who you are and just being unapologetically. If people say that you're serious, be unapologetically serious. You don't have to conform to what the society thinks. You don't have to conform to the opinions of others, but just be yourself. And when you be yourself, you tend to bring out the best in you. And the only disadvantage of being yourself is that you're gonna lose a lot of people, because people like it when you stay in their lane, when you do what they like. But when you are you know, people just tend to like move, and that is okay, because what matters right now is just you having peace and just having to be you unapologetically. Forgive me for any background noise, please. So let us continue. Another thing is never let life happen to you. When you know we are in our 20s, the moment that we are bitter with life and everything, we tend to just relax and just let things be and operate in autopilot. But I just want to encourage you today not to let life happen to you, regardless of what obstacles life may throw at you. Always stand for what you believe in. Keep on working towards your goals. Wake up, show up in the work, in the friendship and everything. Just keep on doing, even if it appears silly. Sometimes it's not easier for me to just come and sit here and create this video. Sometimes I'm so scared. Sometimes I feel it sounds silly, it's not perfect, but I just don't want to let life happen to me. So I just keep showing up in what I'm called to be, and that really keeps me moving. And I know in the long run, some years to come, it's gonna pay. I'm gonna just remember this moment and just smile. Another thing is to remember the goal. Whether it's in our workplace, it's in school, wherever you are, always remember what was the first thing that brought you there. What made you to start that YouTube channel? What made you to start that podcast? What made you to start that blog, that project, that angel, anything that you're doing? Always remember the goal. Don't lose focus. For example, when you're in school or at work, we have people who are lazy. They don't want to work. They just want to sit around and let things happen. And then we have those who are hardworking. We have those average. So be yourself. Even if people are not working, you just keep on working. You might be sacked. They may remain there. We all have different paths in life. So always remember the goal. No matter the obstacle, no matter the environment you find yourself in, always remember what was the first thing that brought you to be doing that. And trust me, it's gonna turn out well, and you will thank me later. And then number 4 is you are going to lack. As I have said, life happens. You know, we are just in our 20s. We're trying to navigate through life. There's a lot of pressure in the social media world where we have young people, they're millionaires, their brands are really pushing up and everything. So you find yourself stuck, you find yourself bitter. So just know that as much as whatever they may have, we all lack some areas in life. Some don't struggle in love, some struggle in love, some don't struggle with finances, some struggle. So it's not, there's no balance in between there. So, and everyone is just trying to struggle in their own way. They might not say it, you might not see it, but just know in your 20s you will lack at some point, and learn to embrace it. Because why? It's not, because it's not permanent. Every problem has an expiry date. So whatever you are lacking is just a part of growth, and just teaching you how you can be able to navigate through life. So embrace all these changes that are happening to you, the lack, and everything is gonna be okay. Tip number 5 is gratitude. Yeah, gratitude comes hand in hand with being content with where you are, who you are, what you have. Our God loves gratitude. So, and when you have gratitude, it makes you easier to navigate through the stressful situations that we find ourselves in. Like for me, when I find myself in those moments that the doors are closing on me, it's like things are not working, it's like God is not answering my prayers, and I just look back where I was in years back and where I am right now, it kind of it really encourages me to keep on moving, keep on with whatever that I'm doing, and just knowing that it's gonna be okay. It might not be right now, but it's gonna be okay. And then just having to journal, just being grateful for what I have, it just helps me to reduce the stress of life. So make sure you have gratitude, and you can just schedule how you can do this, whether it's dinner time, or you just have to mention one thing you're grateful for, whether it's to a friend, whether it's just saying thank you to our parents, buying them gifts, thank you for us, for the, even thanking your own self for the hard work you're having to push. You have been taking in a lot of things, and you're able to conquer. So just make a habit of gratitude. Another thing is life happens. As I have mentioned earlier, in our 20s, we struggle with a lot of things. Sometimes we make friends, we just love our friends, we feel they're so good, and then we just wake up one day, we're no longer friends. So life happens, we lose those opportunities, those relationships, and it's okay, because it's a journey. Not everything that we have found in our life it's gonna last. There are some people or some situations that are just meant to just be there temporarily. So embrace every life, whatever life brings your way. And even if right now doors are closing on you, nothing seems to work, just know tables can turn. It may take a day, weeks, months, or years, but just keep in mind that table turns, and just never lose focus, just keep on moving. Another thing she said, your kids, your responsibility. And why she mentioned about kids is just like us having to grow with parents who are really struggling. They never had that time to make us feel we're loved, or sometimes they could just talk to us harshly because maybe they were also going through something. So, and then sometimes our parents expect us to be responsible. Like right now in our 20s, we are done with school or everything, they just expect us to be able to do most of the things by ourselves. And sometimes it really hurts because we feel abandoned, we feel like we need that support. And so that made her, when we were having that conversation, we just say that, you know what, we're not gonna be bringing kids in this world when we're not ready. So because our kids, they are our responsibility, we don't want them to go through what you have been through, we don't want to make them to be in situations where they feel unloved. So whether they are 30, they are 40, they're still our kids. Be there for them, listen to them, talk to them, encourage them, just give them what we were never given by our parents. Because as I've said earlier, also our parents, maybe they never received the same love, so they are just parenting the way they used to be parented. So but we can make a difference, because when you know better, you can do better. So if you have a child there, don't neglect your child, whether they are planned or unplanned, whatever, no matter what life throws at you. Remember that God has given you that child, you're a steward, and you will be questioned on how you raise that child. So just be there for them, make sure they are okay, ask them questions. What are they going through? How is their heart? Is there anybody bullying them in school, or just wherever? Just have that an open communication with your kids, and yeah, all is gonna be fine. And the last thing is never leave God. You have had me mention about God so many times, because sometimes we are in those situations where we don't feel like things are happening the way they are supposed to. We are praying, but it's like all those people that are around us, things are going well for them, they're getting promotions, they're getting opportunities, where for us here we're just stuck. We don't know what's happening. We're praying but nothing is happening. But what I've come to learn, that peace is not an absence of problems. Peace is just you being able to be still regardless of what is happening to you. So she told me to never leave God. That means that even if we and not never to leave God, and just to keep on praying for it, for every step for every step in my life. And one thing she said that I feel it was a big takeaway for me is, whenever you are confused, pray for clarity, and God of course answers. There is always grace for today. Whatever you're going through, just be there. Just make sure you are open to God's voice. I always tell myself, the intuition, that is a microphone. The intuition, what others call the Holy Spirit, is like a microphone that it amplifies the voice of God. So just listen to intuition as you pray, trust in God, even if things are not working. Even sometimes I just feel like, man, this life is just super boring. But I just remember that if God brought me here, if He enables me to wake up in the morning, then He's not done with me. Something is required of me, and He has given me the grace of today. Yeah, so guys, we've come to the end of our topic today. I didn't even carry that grab. I didn't grab my cup of coffee, but I just hope you have drunk. It wasn't a physical coffee, but the tips that I have given you, I have shared with you. I just hope that they will help you grow. And this is not a one-time thing. Make sure you keep on reminding yourself. We need to create a habit of positivity by reminding ourselves some of these things. So just know you are not alone. It's okay to be confused in your 20s. It's okay things are not working out, because guess what? A new wine is being made out of you. So thank you so much. Stay blessed. Be you unapologetically. Don't compromise situations, and never leave God. Let go and let God. Goodbye.